There we go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on this big planet Earth of ours. This is Captain Doc Skinner on board the Starship Pariah, and you're watching the Dog Force. And it is Thursday night, which is, it's like my Friday night. So we like to have some fun. We've been doing all the really crazy, intense stuff all week. So I thought, why not have almost Willie join us tonight? Hello, sir.
Hello, Doc. How you doing today?
Doing good, doing good.
Great.
So it's just uncanny. It is uncanny
how much Willie looks like me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you should see if you can get like some royalties or something for the looks.
I think he started a
little earlier.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So what's your story?
Well, the almost Willie story is everybody wants to know. You know,
I'm gonna have you move in a little closer to the mic, like in the studio.
There. Okay. Well, I was in the Army. In 66 to 68, and I got out of the Army and looking for a job, and I didn't have any schooling or anything, but I was a medic in the Army, so I figured, hey, I could drive an ambulance. And you know who's in the ambulance business back in 68?
Who?
Funeral homes. Yeah, so I go down to the funeral home and I got a job, and 2 days later I end up dressing a body and helping them. So I figured out you can't do one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting my funeral director's license, and I was a funeral director until 1983.
Mm-hmm.
And funeral directors can't have no beards or long hair, you know.
Oh, really?
Back then you couldn't. So anyway, I started selling cars, used cars, and I started growing this old beard. And by 85, I was going to a Halloween party, and my wife suggested, why don't you add a little white to your beard, and I'll make you some braids, some on a bandana. You go as Willie Nelson. We was going to this country bar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got home that night, and she had these bandana out with braid sewed on them, and I painted some clown white in my beard, and I went to contest. I won first place.
Wow.
And I thought, man, I must look a lot like Willie.
Mm.
So after that, people started calling me to come over to their house for birthday parties, anniversaries, whatever, you know, barbecues. And I couldn't sing or nothing. And they said, well, come on over. We just want to take pictures and stuff. And, you know, I livened the party up. So I did that for about 6 months. And finally, I got tired of it. And I had a veterinarian friend in town of mine, knew I played guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Doc, his name was Doc too.
Oh, really? That's a cool name.
Doc, you come over Monday night and teach me a few Willie songs. I said, I'll buy you a 6-pack. He said, oh, sure. You know, so he come over every Monday night for 2 years.
Damn.
And I learned about 4 Willie songs.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't easy. Learn to pick a guitar and then sound like Willie too.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So anyway, I went down to the pawn shop and I bought this guitar. Look at that. See that guitar?
Wow. It's seen sometimes.
In 1985, and it was shiny and almost brand new, you know, but it was used. Paid $100 for it, and I used it for 4 years to 1989. And the only complaint I ever got was, "You can't be Willie. You ain't got no hole in your guitar." So
you put a hole in there.
I got it down one morning in 1989. I jerked the pick guard off of there, and I got my grinder out and I ground a hole in there. I was crying the whole time.
Oh man!
And then I got a screwdriver out and I scraped it up down here and up here. And looks like it's 60, 70 years old now, doesn't it?
Yeah,
just like Willie's.
It's done the gamut.
I call it my almost trigger. The trigger, that's Willie's guitar.
Yeah.
Let me do a little song here and then I'll tell you some more.
All right.
Well, I grew up a trading, being a cowboy, loving the cowboy, pursuing the life of my high-riding heroes, burned up my childhood days, learned all the rules of a modern-day drifter. Don't you hold on to nothing too long. Just take what you need from the ladies and leave them with the words of a sad country song. My heroes have always been cowboys. They still are, it seems, sadly in search of one step in back of themselves and a slow-moving dream. Well, cowboys are special with their own brand of misery for being alone too long. To die in the night, arms of a nightmare, knowing well that their best days are gone. Picking up books instead of my friend, words of my youth fade away. Old worn out saddles, old worn out memories, no one and no place to stay. My heroes have always been cowboys, and they still are, it seems, sadly in search of one step in back of themselves and a slow-moving dream. Sadly in search of one step in back of themselves and a slow-moving dream. All right, that's my heroes have always been
awesome.
cowboys.
That was awesome. I don't know if you know, but everybody's, just this. They're saying this is awesome.
It's awesome.
Love country music. So we normally do a roll call of the people that are in the chat room. So just gonna do a little shout
Terry?
out. Yeah, we got Terry. We got Tracy. I think that's in Alaska. Hey, how are you? Jamie Christopher's here. Hello.
Can you talk to them live?
You could talk to them and then they respond through here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now here's another thing. Would you like them to come on screen and talk with you?
Well, yeah, let's do one.
Okay.
Let me pick out one.
All right. Well, they have to agree and come on.
Oh,
so
okay.
what I'm going to do is I copy this link, and then I put this link here in the message board for them, and they can click on that, and they accept it and say yes, you can use my camera, and it turns their camera on for them.
I'm glad you know all this computer stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky to get my emails.
So until somebody wants to do that, let's see. We've got 700 Weed Killer that said, "Now that's a true American. They think you're Willie."
They think
Mr. Nelson.
Now look at me. Willie weighs 40 pounds more than I do. I don't know why people gets us mixed up.
Yeah, right. Altima's here. Whiskey for my friends, beer for my horses. Mike Johnson's here. And Brooks here.
Well, let me go ahead and tell you the rest of the story.
Yes, please.
All right. By 1991, I kicked it in high gear about my guitar picking and songs,
Uh-huh.
and I learned 30 songs from 89 to 91.
Okay.
And so I was towing asphalt off the back of a truck in Kansas City, and it was July. It's hot. Asphalt's 240 degrees.
Right.
So I had about enough of that, and I was playing down at the city market every Saturday, making tips and getting my show together. So I told the boss, I said, it was Monday morning. I said, boss, Friday's going to be my last day. I said, I'm not going to die on the back of his truck. I might starve to death on the road, but I'm going to hit the road doing almost a Willie.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm going to buy this Winnebago down the street and hit the road. So Friday is my last day. He paid me off, and I had a little money saved. So I bought this Winnebago down the street for $1,000. And I painted it up red, white, and blue like a Texas flag.
Right.
Like Willie's was in the movie Honeysuckle Rose.
Uh-huh.
And I hit the road. That was in May 94. And I stayed on the road until 2011 when I bought this place up here in Lakeside, right behind the Walgreens.
Nice.
And I parked my bus there and kept it for about 7 years. And my wife was sick and she got leukemia, and she passed away in September last year. So I decided, I haven't done Willie in 6 or 7 years. I'm going to get back out and do some Willie. I've got another 3 or 4 years left in me, I think. And I sold my bus a year before she passed away. And so anyway, I was down for about 3 or 4 months, and I hit the road in January. Went down to Yuma and South Arizona, and then Southern Texas and the Hill Country.
Nice.
Went all through there. Of course, I've been there before, I had a loop I made.
A circuit.
Yeah,
you were on your circuit.
Yeah, I'd go from Kansas City down to Texas in October, November, when the weather got right. I followed the weather, see. And then from
That's
there,
kind of smart.
Yeah.
It's kind of smart. Yeah.
Especially in Winnebago, it ain't got no heat in it. So I'd go through Arizona, and I'd go to Quartzsite every year. In January, you've heard of Quartzsite.
I've heard of Quartzsite, Arizona, yes.
Yeah,
What goes on in January?
Well, that's where all the RVers congregate.
Oh.
And
okay.
Like 800,000 to 1 million RVers there in January.
Wow.
And so it's a party time.
Yeah.
So I hit them starting in 95, and I've been going there every year. Well, I went this last year. Plan on going again.
Do you ever? I this kind of random, but do you ever play at KOA campsites?
Yeah.
Oh, I love KOAs.
I started at KOA
Sweet.
Campertainment.
Yeah.
Back in like 98 or 99.
And you just go from place to place.
Yeah.
It's like working on a cruise ship. But
they'd book me in. I went from Texas all the way to Montana one summer.
Yeah.
Doing KOAs. They'd be expecting me, because they got internet and stuff.
Oh, I know. And they got showers and bathrooms.
And a lot of places,
KOAs are the way to camp.
Yeah. And a lot of them have cookouts.
Right. And fire pits. That's why I see you sitting around a fire, with a bunch of campers. Me and my ex-wife, we had an RV with our stepdaughters, and we went up the West Coast and we stopped at KOA sites. And we thought very strongly about purchasing one. Because we thought it was so amazing. You get to meet all these great people coming in and out every day.
Everybody's from different states.
Oh yeah. And great stories, and you make great friends. But you being almost Willie just put a cherry on top,
Oh, that was good.
Well, that's crazy that you did that. I thought it'd be something.
Oh yeah, no. I do. I still do campgrounds a lot because I get a free spot there, for
right,
for
of
night.
Course.
And I put on a little show, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And I make a few tips.
That's always good.
Excuse me for drinking.
No. I drink throughout my show. Everybody knows it.
But you don't have any Jack Daniels here.
No, everybody knows I don't drink, so it's all good.
Yeah, look who you got sitting here.
I know. I do have some emergency stuff for guests. though.
Emergencies.
Emergency stuff for guests.
That's what this is. It's been about 20 minutes.
Should have planned that. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Does he go the same herbs and stuff? Oh, Willie started that stuff in Colorado.
Really?
Yeah, about 20, 22 years ago.
Herbs and spice.
Yeah, the regular herbs.
Yeah.
But he's really into that. I mean, he smoked it all of his life. And,
Yeah.
And everybody expects me to smoke. I've been.
Oh, I bet you're offered all the time.
And when I do even a campground, in my tip jar, there'll be a couple of doobies in there or Rollins. And, you probably won't believe this, but I've never smoked a marijuana cigarette in my life.
Wow.
Never have. I just knew I'd like it.
Too much.
And it ended up be another habit, Got bad enough habit, cigarettes and Jack Daniels, and women. But anyway, I had a good time on the road, and I'm hitting the road again. Oh, and 4th of July, I'm going to be a week in Page, Arizona.
Okay.
If the fire don't get them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's up there, but it's going a little east, I think, of Page. Anyway, I'll be there from the 3rd of July to the 10th. And then after that, I'm going up to Sturgis.
Oh, to the big bike rally?
Big bike rally.
Oh, you're going to be
I've done that since 95.
Yeah. Whoa.
And in fact, I got married there in 95.
No way.
And it lasted 8 months.
There's a song in there.
Country song. Have a drink on me, sir. Hey, who's this? Alan Bump?
Alien Bump, yes.
Alien Bump. Oh,
yeah.
Well, we need a drink. Too bad you can't send them on the computer,
I know.
Right?
Can you guys Uber us some Jack Daniels, please? Well, next time we will, because I want to have y'all to get back. I'll have a little bar set up for you next time.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let me do another song.
Yeah.
Here's one. Young people don't know Willie. If you're under 30, chances are you don't know much about Willie, unless your parents. You grew up.
Oh, they said. Oh, I thought it's just they didn't know enough about Willie. They said they do enough for the herbs and spice.
Here's Willie's first number one, maybe so. In the twilight, oh, I see her. Blue eyes crying in the rain. When we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Someday when we meet up yonder, we'll stroll hand again in a land that knows no parting. Blue eyes crying in the rain. I wrote a verse of this song back in 92, and Willie don't ever do it. I'm going to do it for you folks out there tonight.
Oh, cool.
It goes like this. If you think you see Willie Nelson, I'm afraid you've made a big mistake. 'Cause I'm not Willie, I'm just almost. He's the real thing, I'm a fake.
Oh my God! Do you have an agent?
No.
Oh, you do now. I'm your new agent.
Too late for that stuff now.
Get you some gigs.
I used to have to make a living at this from 94 to 2011. And now, since I got Social Security coming in, VA,
Oh, you can't.
Can't what?
They won't let you work because you're accepting the checks. or can you work?
Yeah, I can work.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I'm going to anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I don't have to make a living at it.
Ah, okay.
Because I got a little income coming in. Everything I make now is
Bonus.
party money.
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah. Well, dude, we're gonna have a discussion after this show tonight. I'm gonna see what we can do.
You know, when I was younger, all I ever wanted was a BMW, and now since I got older, I don't care so much about the W.
Well, that's awesome. Let's see. Australia's watching, by the way. I have a lot of fans in Australia and New Zealand. We also have the UK watch us.
Oh, yeah.
The ones that are up late at night, because it's like 3 in the morning there. But we get the late night people that are watching.
Well, bloody good.
Right? So, yeah, let's see here. Maybe a little bit true. My favorite one of Willie's is Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. Willie and Waylon and I also know Willie and Buddy Holly collaborated a lot before. So since you brought up Willie, Alien Bump, let me ask you this. The main question I'm sure a lot of people want to know. Have you met Willie Nelson?
Have I met Willie Nelson? Well, let me tell you this.
All right.
I started in 85 and I went to 2003. That's 18 years without meeting Willie.
Wow.
I'd go to a lot of his concerts and stuff, but I just couldn't get back there, and even though looking like this. So 2003, I was down in Kerrville, Texas, and I was doing some RV parks there. And it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My phone rang. I picked it up. He says, Willie Nelson. He said, I know you're in the area. Can you come up to the house tomorrow? I'd like to meet you. I said, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be up there. So I had to sleep on this all night.
So, oh, my God. I bet you didn't. I bet you were up all night.
I thought he was going to shut me down, you know.
Oh, like legal recourse.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been selling T-shirts and bandanas and CDs for 18 years, and I ain't gave him a dime.
Oh.
So
and he's already got enough tax issues.
But he's going to let him jump on me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I get up the next morning real early, and I take this guy up there with me, Gene, and we get to the entrance to the gate there, and the guard says, Willie ain't up yet. I said, you want to play around the golf on his golf course? I said, yeah. So he's got a 9-holer there, and it's about like Snowflake up there, you know, or nothing great, but it's his own golf course.
Right. He's got his own town too.
Oh yeah, Luck.
Yeah, Luck Town.
And so we get our clubs. They give us clubs and everything, and he's got about 25 condos up and down the fairway. Oh. So if you work for him or you're kin to him, you get a condo.
Sweet.
So his daughter Susie lives at the 5th hole. And so we're at the 5th hole. We're putting there, and
she thinks.
Yeah. No, I met Susie back in Atlanta in '89.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta Airport. So she knew me. She come outside. She called me by my first name. She said, hey, almost. She said, my daddy wanted me to give you this. She's holding something. So I go up to her, and I figured it was a lifetime backstage pass.
Wow.
So I figured he ain't going to shut me down, or he wouldn't give me a lifetime.
Right.
So that eased my mind a little bit. So after we got through playing golf, they said, went back to the clubhouse, and they said, Willie wasn't up yet. You want to go through the recording studio? I said, yeah.
Yeah.
So I get up there at the recording studio, and it's a big place, about 40 by 60, something like that. He's got gold records all over the walls, you know, and pictures of Dolly and Waylon and Johnny, you know, everybody.
Oh, the whole cast.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a museum. So I went through that, and then we was getting ready to leave, and a guy in the booth said, hey, almost. He called me by my first name, too. He said, come on up here. He said, we got a CD we made yesterday. I want to see what you think about it. So I go up there to the booth, and he had this CD. He said, the guy was in there yesterday putting down his track on it, and we're getting ready to put it out. So they put it on. It was whiskey for my men, beer for my horses.
Oh, wow.
Toby Keith was in there the day before. I'm always a day late and $1 short.
Wow.
So anyway, we going outside, we're smoking, and it's about 2:30 then. My phone rings again, And I picked it up. He says, Willie, he said, come on up to the Redhead Stranger lot. He said, we'll meet up there. I said, okay. I'm getting pretty nervous now, you know.
Mhm.
And so we go up. The Redhead Stranger lot, that's where they made the movie, The Redheaded Stranger.
Okay.
It's a block along a western town. It's got a bar at one end and a church at the other. I come in by the bar, dirt street, you know, it's an old western thing. And I see Willie come out of the church with another guy. So I started walking down the middle of the street. Right at yeah, it was about like Clint Eastwood. My knees are shaking. I'm starting to sweat. I mean, I'm getting nervous now. Finally, I get up to Willie and I said, "Hi, Willie." I said, "I'm almost Willie. Glad I finally got to meet you." He said, "Yeah, almost." He said, "I've been hearing about you about 15 years. I thought it's time we met." I said, "Oh, I hope you heard good." He said, "Yeah, I heard you put on a pretty good show." I said, "I heard you did too." I could have thought of something better to say, you know, but I was nervous. And he started laughing about it. He put his arm around me and said, "Come on, let's go get a drink."
That's awesome.
So we go in the bar there, and his crew's in there, and a band and a few roadies and stuff. He gets behind the bar, gets a bottle of Jack, and starts filling everybody up, you know. And then it wasn't a couple minutes after that, they start rolling these funny cigarettes, you know. I think Willie could afford regular rolled cigarettes, you know. Anyway, they passed them around. We said Willie he started telling some stories, road stories, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, he's a down to earth guy. I mean, he really is. And he told me how he got in tax trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, this come out.
That was a big thing. It was a big deal.
Yeah, back in 1991. This come out of his mouth. Now, this is the truth. He said he had this hair lip accountant, and he said every time tax season come around, he'd report to Willie. Willie thought he was saying he owned Texas. He owned Texas. He was saying he owed taxes. So
wow.
Now that's Willie's story. If you can joke about owing $18 million. So anyway, it gets about 6:00, and Willie turns to me and says, "Almost." He said, "I got a gig in Austin tonight at Stubbs Barbecue. You want to go in there with us?" I said, "Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir." So we get up on the bus, and I got on his bus, and the band had their own bus, you know. We drive about 25 miles into Austin, and there's about 3,000 people behind Stubbs Barbecue in a big lot, you know. This is a Willie concert. There wasn't no tables, chairs. Had a bar on each side.
Right.
So he parked the bus behind the stage, and it was about an hour before the show. And Willie says, "Almost, you want to go out there in front of the stage and sign some autographs for me?" I said, yes, sir. So I get off the bus. I'm looking like this, and 3,000 people see me. They come running down to the stage. I get my Sharpie out, and I started signing ticket stubs. Almost Willie.
Almost Willie.
Almost Willie. Almost Willie. I signed about 200 ticket stubs, I bet.
Wow.
And they didn't know the difference. Probably the next morning.
When they're sober, they're like, "Oh, man."
Well, this guy probably says, "Honey, what does this say?" The next day, he looks at it and says, "Oh, that says always Willie." I was just scribbling, you know.
Right.
But that was one of the best days of my life right there.
Oh, I bet.
Meeting Willie.
Wow. And hanging out at the bar. His bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Get to hear some good stories. His roadies can tell some stories too.
I bet.
Oh, Ben Dorsey was his roadie, you know, for like 50 years.
Wow.
And Ben came to one of my shows when I was in Bandera one night, and he was sitting in the back just watching me. I knew I was getting.
They were watching it.
Yeah. So I knew he's going to report to Willie. So I did the best I could. I guess I got by.
Yeah. Dude, that's just amazing. And the people that are watching are just flabbergasted. Aileen says, "So Doc, you and Willie are neighbors, right? You know him personally, I guess is what I'm asking." Well, yeah. Personally, yeah, we've just recently met. So, but you've been here forever. I've been doing my things, and we actually passed in the parking lot, and I did a double take. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, I don't dress up going out when I'm going to Walmart or someplace. I got to be going to a bar or someplace. I might get a gig.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm going to see what I can do to help you with that.
yeah.
Definitely.
And I'm leaving like the 28th on my tour. So,
And where all are you going to go again?
going to Page first.
Uh-huh.
Do the 3rd to the 10th there.
All right.
And then I'm going to Sturgis.
Okay.
I'll be doing some things on the way up to Sturgis.
So if you're going to the bike rally, Sturgis.
Sturgis, that's first week of August.
Mm-hmm.
First weekend of August, and it goes for 10 days. Sometimes it goes 14 days.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes 3 weeks.
Yeah, until it's done.
Yeah.
Until it's
So anyway, it's a fun time. And,
Yeah.
I always have one good storm while I'm up there in South Dakota. A storm come up like this, and man,
Oh, right.
blows all the tents over and
Mhm.
everything, and it's a mess.
Yeah, I was over in Springerville for the barbecue thing they do every year with the chief police puts it on, Mike Nuttall. And we had one of those gusts, and it took one of the huge tents and just flipped it.
Yeah,
It was
I
intense.
just don't want to be in a bouncy house.
No doubt, right?
Yeah.
There's been some incidences with those bouncy houses in the wind.
Is that right? Tell a joke here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I got one good joke.
All right.
These three guys are in a hot tub. 2 executives and a redneck's in this hot tub, and a beeper goes off, and this one executive said, "Oh, I got to take this call." Said, "I'm waiting on $1 million deal." So he leaves and he comes back in about 5 minutes, and then a cell phone rings. This other executive says, "Oh, I got to take this call. I'm waiting on a $2 million deal." And he's biggie,
Mhm.
So he takes the call and he comes back. About 5 minutes later, this redneck goes to the bathroom, and he comes back in. He's got toilet paper hanging out of his trunks. They said, "Hey, man, what's with the paper?" He said, "Oh, I must have a fax coming through."
A redneck fax machine. That was funny.
That's the only good joke I got. It's time for another song.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's sort of cool outside tonight. It's cool, so it reminds me of Christmas. I'd like to do my Christmas song.
Okay.
Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your presents to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write, I love you. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Crowded streets, busy feet, hustle by him. Downtown shoppers, Christmas is nigh. And there he sits, all alone on the sidewalk, hoping you won't pass him by. Should I stop? Better not, much too busy. You're in a hurry, my how time does fly. In the distance, the ringing of laughter, and in the midst of the laughter he cries. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Wrap your presents to your darling from you. Pretty pencils to write, I love you. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue. Pretty paper.
Yeah,
I've always
I
liked
missed that. I haven't heard that song in so long. And those are my dogs, aren't they? I'm so sorry.
Hey, doggy dog.
Yeah.
They want to see Willie.
Yeah, they hear singing, and that's what they're barking. They're trying to sing along. Oh man! So you got the concert coming up, and the tour. What else do you have planned?
I plan on eating supper tonight.
That's always a good thing.
As soon as I get out of here.
Yeah, one step at a time, right?
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Did anybody have any questions for Almost Willie? Go ahead.
We can't get anybody live, huh?
Yeah, well, sometimes people are a little shy.
Shy.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to talk to Almost Willie.
I know. Let me put this down here again. so that people that want to come on. Okay, I'm putting in the chat room right now. That is the StreamYard link. Just click on it. It'll pop up with a window saying, do you have permission to use your camera and microphone? You say yes, and the camera will bring you up, and then I'll bring you up onto the show.
And they can ask me a question or something.
Right.
Or
Let's
request
see.
a song.
Reba's here. She says, woohoo.
Reba.
Come
on, talk to me, girl.
And the other thing is some of these people, they're watching on their phones, like Alien Bump. So they're unable to do it.
Phone will let me.
Yeah, because it's watching, or it won't let you record and watch the show at the same time on a phone. With a computer, I can do that. So
he knows what he's doing. So I'll take his word for it.
Let's bring this back.
Drink here.
There we go. So Linda Siegel asks, when are you coming to Texas again?
I come to Texas after I get through with the court site. It'll be about last February.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereabouts in Texas you want me to go?
Oh, so you don't have any? I mean, do you not have places lined up?
I go all over.
You go all over? Wherever you're needed.
I go to Kerrville and Bandera and Lukenbach.
You ever go to Arlington?
Arlington, yeah.
Well, that's like the entertainment capital, though.
My brother lives right there by the airport.
Yeah, DFW.
Yeah. So I always go by and see him.
Yeah, see, that's where I grew up. So, and where Texas Ranger Stadium, Cowboy Stadium, and all that. I mean, it's all cram packed in a 1 mile perimeter. But it's like Las Vegas now. And
I just went through there in February.
Well, you need to go through there, go to Texas Live or Troy Aikman's restaurant, and you'll probably get a couple gigs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was in a lawnmower racing contest with Troy Aikman.
Sweet.
Back in like 01 or 02.
Mm-hmm.
And they had their celebrities there and they were one shy, so they picked me.
Right. Well, he's actually, I worked at the new stadium when it first opened.
Oh, yeah.
I was the concierge staff supervisor for the VIP suites and the VIP bar. So all the celebrities were there all the time. And, you know, even though I was in a tuxedo and everything, I was a peasant to most of those people. But the one person, every night he was there, came up to me, shook my hand, and said, Doc Skinner, you and your team are doing a great job tonight. Thank you for what you're doing.
Who was that?
Troy Aikman.
The
only one. The only one. And so I have the utmost respect for that man.
Yeah. He's a good old boy. Texas boy.
Yep. Questions from Australia. Has Willie seen UFOs or ETs?
Really? I'm sure he's seen a bunch of them guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think they're
pink elephants.
Yeah, but I think they're talking about you though.
Oh, me. I saw an airplane go down once.
Really? Well, we just actually had one over here.
Yeah.
Like a couple hundred yards from my house.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Reba's like, she's on her phone. That's why she can't answer. But how did he start as Willie? Well, Reba, I know you just came on. You mentioned earlier it was a Halloween party.
Yeah.
A costume thing.
And, in 85.
And it just...
So I've been doing it 37 years now.
Yeah, wow.
And so I ought to get pretty good at it.
Wow.
I think by now.
Linda's saying, can you go to Canyon Lake? I guess that's in Texas.
Canyon Lake?
In Texas, yeah.
I never heard of that one. I know Granbury Lake.
Yeah. There's a lot of lakes. I mean, then you got Austin, and Austin's got some nice lakes. I got my scuba certificate.
And then they got the Rio Grande.
Yep. A lot of rivers and so Google it. Canyon Lake might be a new spot for you. Maybe.
I'm always in the market for a new place, and I like to do. Why do you feel like an oasis?
Huh? Do you guys feel like
problem with the rest of the game? Oh yeah, we don't have the problems.
Oh, up here, on Mount Olympus. Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't live down Phoenix area. I mean, besides the heat, it's
what's the temperature for a thing to boil? I'm leaning into the microphone.
212.
Oh, because I'm thinking like the brain boiling in that heat down there.
212, yeah.
Wow.
I imagine they have days that gets pretty close to that.
Right.
But up here, man, I got 17 pine trees on my property.
Wow.
I got a half acre.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real. Oh, and wait do you see my man cave? You say we can do a live in my man cave?
Well, okay. So there was a disgruntled Verizon employee up here that got fired and then decided to go cut 10 internet cables. And so internet's been down. We were going to do this show at his location, but because of the internet issue, we decided to do it here. So yeah, we'll do something. We're going to film some stuff this weekend and have some fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll film it and then we'll show it to you live on film.
Right. Let's see. Got to set my lighting. I don't know what that means, brother.
Oh, you can't see my face. Yes.
You are awesome, Willie. Holy crap. Wow.
Hello, John.
She says that her location, the Canyon Lake, is near New Braunfels.
Oh, yeah, New Braunfels.
Where they have the water park.
Yeah.
Schlitterbahn.
Yeah. Well, I used to go to Cabela's out there on 35 all the time.
And if you don't know what a Cabela's is, you're missing out.
And I played 4 or 5 RV parks there in New Braunfels.
Uh-huh.
And I just went to Green Hall this last time too.
Nice.
Well, I made a stink over there, boy. Let me tell you. And Lukenbach.
Lukenbach, Texas.
Yeah, I was there for Texas Independence Day, March 19th. And it's something else. There's a lot of state troopers there.
Oh yeah.
Texas Rangers and stuff.
Oh yeah. They got a lot.
They were celebrating their centennial or something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Lukenbach's a fun place. You got to go there.
Sounds fun. Have you ever been in any movies as Willie, as a stand-in, which I was going to kind of talk to you about after the show? But yes. Have you ever?
I did one thing. It was just north of Austin. Some crew saw my Winnebago in Austin, and they talked to me and said they were filming this one scene out of Austin, and it was a bar scene where they just wanted me to drive in with my Winnebago real fast and it stopped real fast, and then these 4 or 5 girls are going to come out of the bar and jump in the Winnebago, and then I take off.
Nice.
And I don't know what it was about or nothing, but I did that.
Very cool.
I got paid good for it.
That's good.
And rough on my Winnebago though. It's not going that fast. But that's about the only movie. I was in the White Elephant. Oh, I didn't tell you about that.
No.
White Elephant down at the Stockyards
in Fort Worth. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, I went down there when it was 98, I think. I'm walking down the street, and it's just a block away from Billy Bob's.
Right.
And I looked on a window, a White Elephant, and it said Willie Nelson Lookalike Contest Saturday night at 7:00. So I said, hey, that's a place for me, So the reason it's happening because Willie was playing at Billy Bob's Saturday. So anyway, I go down there on Saturday night and I signed up for it. And there was about 10 of us Willies walking around the dance floor getting judged.
Right.
Well, Willie, his concert wasn't until later. He got free. He come down. He got in the contest. He come in second place. He did.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. That's hilarious.
True story.
Holy
true story. So,
what did you place?
Well, yeah, I was first. I wouldn't.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you a bad story.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're making me sweat. That was funny as hell.
He wished he looked like I did.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. Phoenix Starborn is here. What are you saying? I still would move there because you have a Constellation Bill of Rights. Australia is not as free. I think you're thinking, yeah. We did mention this, John Appleby. I guess you just jumped on. He did talk about how he met Willie and hung out with him, and wow,
Yeah.
That's a bucket list right there.
Yeah, I've had a pretty full life now. I think everything I do is gravy now.
Yeah,
and I'm having fun, just having fun.
And that's how it should be.
I think that's what Willie would do.
Phoenix Starber says, I'm so confused. That is the real Willie Nelson, isn't it? LOL. He's lost a look-alike contest. That's like, it really is.
They heard the last story. Yeah, I went through 4 Winnebagos in my travels from 94 to 2005. Then I bought a Greyhound, a 57 Greyhound, and that lasted about a year.
I bet that was high maintenance.
Oh, yeah. And then I got a 68 Greyhound, and that was a nice bus. It's
nice.
Almost like a tour bus for
Right, and you could probably
And
fabricate it
just-
inside. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was good. Yeah.
Nice.
It was already fixed up. So anyway, that's the one I had in my driveway for 8 years until I sold it. And I wish I hadn't sold it. You know. But now I bought a van to go out in, and it's all right.
But I've noticed that a lot of artists that travel small have gone from the bus, from the RV to now they're driving. They're like really tall vans by Mercedes Benz.
Yeah.
And you can put beds and stuff in there, but also pack all your stuff in the back. And that was about 10 years ago or 12 years ago when I started. They brought that vehicle out, and certain bands that were trying to save money were getting those because
and the price of gas now.
Right.
My bus got 5 miles a gallon.
Yeah.
It cost over $1,000 to fill that thing up.
Yeah.
That was back then.
Oh my gosh.
When diesel was like $4.20 or $4.40, but now it's up to almost $6.
So, I know. In some places up to 10, like in California. It's crazy. Whoops. Yeah. What happened here?
Oh, I'm out of focus here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was weird. Well, let's see here. Camera angle change was no, it was not on purpose. Oh, we got somebody down here. Bump.
What's up, man?
I'm sorry, dude. I was looking over at him and not the screen.
It's all good.
How are you?
First time, dude.
What you got for us?
Hey, man.
So
I can't hear. What's up, man? Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you just fine.
You look like an old biker.
Yeah, you do. You look like a biker.
Don't mind the color. It's not really fucking. It's not yellow. I promise.
No, you look fine. You look fine.
All right, guys. No, actually, I was wondering if you ever been on the East Coast and if you ever gone to Laconia Bike Week.
No, I went to Daytona Bike Week one year about
Right
02 or
I've been
03,
down there, yeah.
and I swore I'd never go back there again.
Right on, yeah.
I just wouldn't see him as Sturgis.
No, it's not Sturgis. That's actually on my bucket list. I can't wait to get out to Sturgis, man. Actually,
well, you got to do it this year.
Actually, I said it earlier. Actually, I'll get out to Sturgis when I have a real Harley because right now I only have an almost Harley. So
that's
almost Harley, yeah, almost Harley.
Willie's.
Yeah, if it worked almost for Willie, almost for Harley.
But, I ride a little bit, yeah. So I try to hit all those things.
Cool.
But it's cool, sir. You're awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bump.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Bump. I appreciate it.
Pretty cool, man.
Nice
to meet you.
That's what I love about my show is I can have up to 10 people on the screen that want to come in.
Really?
I want it to be a truly interactive show, not just a one-way communication, So and a lot of these people have been with me forever. Some of these people, and
how many we got on there now?
Well, at this moment it's 14 live, but remember I told you it fluctuates, and then at the end you'll see there was like maybe a lot more. But
okay.
So you want to?
Time for another song?
Yeah, we'll do one more song and.
Okay, I wish I had somebody that had a request out there.
Well, let's see. Wasn't there one earlier?
Mama, don't let your babies go.
That's right. That's right.
Cowboys ain't easy. Love and they're harder. Oh. They'd rather give you a song than diamonds or gold. Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's. Each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him, he don't die young. He'll probably just right away. Everybody now. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Yeah. Don't let them pick guitars, drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home, and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys like smoky old puddings, clear 'em out in the morning. Little warm puppies and children, girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them that do sometimes won't know how to take him. He ain't wrong, he's just different, and his pride won't let him do things to make you think he's right. Everybody now. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars, drive them old trucks. Let them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. They'll never stay home, and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Oh, John, he's heard that one a bunch of times, huh?
Yeah.
Sing it for a bedtime story.
Wow.
That's a good bedtime story, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That was awesome. Thank you so much. Dude, it's been awesome having you here.
Well,
Thank you.
It's been a good time.
Good. And everybody's just loving it. And we've had people come in and out throughout the night, like I said, because not everybody can do a whole hour. They're cooking dinner or whatever. So people will pop in, but then they go back and they watch the whole thing.
And then next time I'm a little more livelier when I have a shot of Jack.
I'm going to make sure there's a bottle of Jack for you this weekend, and we'll do some fun stuff. And I'm going to try to edit together a nice little expose on Almost Willie.
We're going to cut it off now, prison.
Yeah. Unless anybody else has any other questions for you, let's see.
I got one last song I'd like to.
Well, then we have the time.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it.
This is a song I learned when I was in the funeral business.
Oh, okay.
It's a gospel song.
All right.
When the singer didn't show up for the funeral,
you were back up.
The boss would say, "Hey, come sing it." Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
Nice.
Just a closer walk with thee. I'm sure a lot of the older people knew that song.
Yeah.
Probably sing along with me.
Possibly.
But I close all my shows with that, and seemed to be a good hit.
That's awesome. Well, man, this has been an awesome show. For those that came in a little bit late, I like to say third phase. Hey, guys, You guys need to rewind this and watch it. It's a pretty good show.
Really?
Let's see here. Terry saying hello to Third Phase Moon is the show I told you about on YouTube, the UFO
Third
channel.
Yeah.
And Blake and Brent Cousins out of Hawaii, they run that show. What a fun show. You've hit it out of the park this week, Doc. Well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate it.
Terry.
Yeah.
She was on when we first got on.
Terry's one of the original she's been with me since the beginning.
We love you, Terry.
Yes. Let's see, Starburst virtual claps. So everybody was clapping virtual, like you can't hear it, but virtual claps.
Can't hear it.
Yeah. Let's see. Thank you. Yes, I was singing along. Reba recognized the song, so that's
Reba?
good. Yes.
Just close you are.
Yes. So wow, I love it when I have a show. It finishes and I'm just smiling ear to ear. So thank you so much. We're gonna have him back, and I'm gonna talk to him about some other things that he doesn't know about yet. So
About UFOs.
Yeah,
I'd like to get one to go on the road with.
Right?
Then I could just
Yeah, save on that gas.
Yeah. What do they burn anyway?
What?
What do UFOs burn?
Oh, they don't burn. It's done with something called
light.
Yeah, the light.
Light stuff. They travel at the speed of light.
Oh yeah. But okay, so UFOs that we see don't run on propane or gas or anything like that. They run on something called toroidal energy, and what it does is it creates like a donut vortex, like our electromagnetosphere is around our planet that protects us from solar flares and stuff like that. And so this energy is actually all around us in everything. You can see it like in it when you cut an apple in half. You can see those rings that go like this. Yeah, same thing. So this toroidal energy creates a bubble, basically, simplified. It creates a bubble that defies gravity and it can push off. So yeah. Now, in Nazi Germany, when they were making UFOs, I'm sure they probably used gasoline the first few times.
Orville
Wilbur Wright. Yeah. So,
thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate it, Doc.
Yeah, and Alien Bump says, thank you, Doc. I've never done that before. I'm very, very self-conscious, let's say. So he's never been on a show like that. Almost Bump that came on.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I'm glad you guys come on our show.
Really good for your debut.
Yeah, and folks, that's what the link is when I put in the comment section, is so that if you guys want to come on, you're more than welcome to jump in and ask some questions and be a part of the show. Yeah. All right, so
I like off the wall questions.
Yeah, on the fly, you might say. So okay, well, I think that we're done with those questions, and almost Willie, it was an honor. And for everybody out there, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight.
And maybe next time we can show my man cave.
Oh, we will. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna
you like my man cave.
Okay. I'm all about it. So no, I'm not looking directly in the camera. I'm doing multiple things here. Let's see. Terry says you were great, and Lunar Sparkles gave you a heart. Oh, is she a guitar player or a bass player? Wow.
Oh, I'm looking for a bass player.
Hi, Lunar Sparkles. How are you? How you doing? Fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up the show tonight. Thank you so much, and I will be back next week. I did get a hold of the gentleman that was supposed to be on yesterday. We just miscommunicated, so we're gonna try to have him on next week. And then next Thursday, a week from today, Tony Rodriguez from this 20-year and back program in the Secret Space program will be with me live. So mark your calendars. Be sure to hang out with me that night. And if you want, but ladies, put on your makeup, guys, do your hair, and you can jump on a webcam and jump into the show with us. All right. Until next time, everybody, this is Captain Doc Skinner on board the Starship Pariah, and this is the Doc Force. Remember, everybody, as long as we all lift each other up, we will all rise together. Good night.